Which Muslim country helped America before it even became a country? Most people have no idea, but the first nation to officially recognize the United States wasn't France. It wasn't Britain. It wasn't any European power. It was Morocco, yes, a Muslim country, a North African kingdom that made history by seeing America when no one else would. Let's go back to the year 1777. The American colonies were deep in the Revolutionary War, fighting against the British Empire with no guarantee of survival. The world watched in silence, unsure if this bold experiment called America would even last. Most nations refused to get involved, but Morocco did something remarkable. Sultan Mohammed III made a bold and unexpected move. He issued a decree welcoming American merchant ships into Moroccan ports. That one decision, it made Morocco the first country in the world to formally recognize the independence of the United States. Before the Constitution, before the first US president, before there was a single embassy, a Muslim nation stepped up and said, "We see you." And this wasn't just symbolic. By 1786, the alliance was formalized in writing. The Treaty of Peace and Friendship was signed by two key American figures, Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, on behalf of a young, uncertain America. This treaty wasn't just the start of diplomacy. It's now the oldest active treaty in American history. Over 240 years later, it still stands. But here's the part that no one tells you. Why don't we hear this story in school? Why don't we see it on the news? How is it that the first country to recognize the US is rarely spoken about in American history books? Because it doesn't fit the narrative. You see, when media constantly shows Muslim countries through a negative lens, when people are programmed to associate Islam with conflict, stories like Morocco's don't just get ignored, they get buried. This isn't just about Morocco. It's about truth and the power of memory. It's about how easy it is to forget those who helped you when you were weak, because the world tells you to fear them now that you're strong. It's about how global politics, driven by profit, power, and propaganda, can erase centuries of diplomacy with one headline. But we can't afford to forget. Because Morocco's gesture wasn't just political, it was moral. It was a message to the world that respect doesn't require power, that recognition doesn't demand benefit, that peace can come from people who don't look like you, pray like you, or live like you. The Sultan of Morocco didn't recognize America because it was rich or mighty. He recognized America because it was trying to build something new. And while many watched from the sidelines, a Muslim leader stood up and said, "We'll be your first friend." So here's the truth. Before alliances were bought, they were earned. Before superpowers, there was trust. And before the headlines rewrote the world, there were moments of unity the world was never meant to forget. So if you're American, you should know this. If you love freedom, you should remember this. And if you still believe in truth, you should share this. Because real friendship doesn't need permission from history books. It speaks for itself. Follow for more truths they never teach in school. This is what they hide from you.